Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Quick update here. The bus has not been starting lately. It cranks. I don't know if I mentioned before that we changed the starter, which is down there, someone down there. But the mechanic who came made a bad connection. I had to get down there and actually connect the cable that he left unplugged. And after I plugged it in, then it will crank. But we have a crank no start. So I finally got tired and I found the actual manual for the engine type T444E. Also, it could also be a 7.3 stroke for a Ford, for example. Use the kind of same engine right there, and I'll link the manual in the description just in case you have the same engine type or if you're curious. But anyways, what I want to do right now is this right here. If you can get closer, baby. So this right here is your fuel filter, and right here we have a little drain valve, and if you follow where the drain goes, it goes over here. It might be different in your bus, but it goes down here, and then you can see the end right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this clear mason jar. It has to be important, it has to be clear, because you're going to check if there's any debris or if it's like sticky or something. We're going to drain the oil out from here. I'm going to take a look at it. So I want to open this after I find Do you hear that? Alright, so the first thing you want to do is change the oil filter. Take this one, old one out. Gone. And welcome to. So I am using this brand right here. That's the right number. If you have a T444, this one is the one to go. But I recommend to check the bottom of the filter you already have, so you know the exact same part that you need. When you get the filter out from there, you need to make sure you check the number right here, so you can go buy the exact same part at O'Reilly's or wherever you go to shop for your stuff. And this looks good, but it comes with a new one, so we're probably gonna use the new one right here. Put it in there and slide the new one in. Make sure the seal is all the way in. It's not like out, because if not, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna build enough pressure in there. And now with something to leverage, you're gonna twist it until no force on earth can get it out of there. There we go. That's our new filter. Now, we lost an O-ring that was out here. And when we were trying to pump this up, this is the oil filter, and when we tried to get the engine started, the diesel started like pouring out of here because the ring right here was broken. So we bought some new ones, and this is the type we're using right here. We'll link it in the description, but it has all kinds of sizes, so it'll last you like your whole lifetime. Comes with a lot. And put the ring in there. slide this back in. This is how I lost the old ring.
When you change an O-ring, you need to make sure obviously that it's the size that you need it to be, and also don't make it too tight because you could break the O-ring and you'll have to do it all over again. And also don't make it too loose because you'll have a leak. And head on over to the manual so you can see the specifications for everything.
It's the squarish one.
Yeah.
Wait for the glow plugs. Okay. Let me show you our battery levels right now. They're kind of low, but I believe that's enough to crank. We only have one battery. I keep thinking of getting a second battery. We have enough room right there. Now let's see if it leaks. Okay, crank it. Oh, I'm gonna shut this right here. It's pumping the fuel right there. Don't forget to close this valve. That's how you empty the fuel from this system right here. Okay, crank again. Again. Right there. I don't want any. Okay, we're not getting a leak, but we're also not getting a start. Crank again. No, it's costing it a lot of effort to crank now. That battery is very low. We need to try, see if we need to change a different sensor or something like that, and that's what we're here to figure out today, so let's go. Now, before you even change any sensor, you need to know which sensor to change, and the way you do that is there's a way that you can, a little button over there that tells you the codes, the fault codes that you're getting from the bus, and that way you'll know which sensors to change. We changed all of them because we're going to be traveling for miles and miles and miles. We really don't want the bus to break down on us in the middle of the road and having to change that. It's just going to be a lot of pressure, so we decided to change all the main sensors that tend to go bad in this engine, and also for teaching purposes, so you guys can know how to change them too. But the way you do the test, the self-diagnostics, is like this. Now, first thing you have to do is obviously turn your key like that, and then you're gonna have to find your engine diagnostics button somewhere in the bus. Mine is right here. So you press that button right there, and then you're gonna see that right there. It's gonna give you a code. So that was 1, so it blinked once and then you waited. That was one number. That was another number. That was another number. So it gave you 111. It's always gonna give you, and then that means the end of that, and then it's gonna start with the fault codes. That's 1, 2, 3. That was the number 3, and it waits. 1. That was number 1. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, 1, 2. So 312 is gonna be your first code, and so on, so on, so on. However, how many codes you get, you're just gonna have to write them down, and then look on the manual, on the fault codes, whatever they mean, and then that way you'll know which sensor to change. Alright guys, so as I was editing the video, I realized that I did a lot of videos on how I was changing the sensors, but I did not explain what the sensors are or anything like that, so I figured I'll just show you real quick. The most common sensors that tend to go bad on this engine are the IPR sensor right here, the camshaft position sensor, this one right here, and the ICP sensor, which is going to be this one right here. And here I'll explain what each one does. So this one right here is the ICP sensor. It stands for injection control pressure, and that's basically what it is. It controls the pressure that goes into the injectors for maximum efficiency. This one right here is going to be your IPR, injection pressure regulator, and what this does is it controls the H-pump or the high pressure oil pump, and determines how much oil is going to send into the injectors too. So this one and the ICP sensor basically work hand to hand. And this one right here is the camshaft sensor. If this thing goes bad, you will not be able to start your engine. This basically determines the rotation, the speed, and all this other stuff about the camshaft, and it sends it back to the computer on the bus. And if it goes bad, like I said, your bus will not start, so you're gonna change this out. And let me show you real quick where all these sensors are located. So for the camshaft right there, it's gonna be under there. You won't be able to see it unless you have a flashlight, but it's literally right in front of the camshaft. Now this IPR is gonna be under there. You won't be able to see it right now. It's gonna be under there, and I'll show you in a little bit how to change this out if you need to. And that one right there is the ICP, and down there is where all the injectors are and all the magic happens. So I'm gonna show you how to change all of these sensors right now. Is the ICP sensor, this one right there. So I'm gonna spray it with some WD-40 to make it a little looser, and I'm gonna use a crescent wrench, see if there we go. And then I'm gonna use a crescent wrench to see if I can get it out so I can replace it for the new one. So here we go.
So does it melt?
Alright, so we got the old ICP sensor out of there. We got the new one right here. Let's just put it in right there. Here we go. It's in there. Okay. Let's go ahead and plug it back in. Okay. It's connected right here, and I just changed it. That's a brand new one. But if you see further down a little bit, in this particular type of engine, you're gonna see that the, where is it? IPR sensor is right over there. That gold thing, right there, right there. That's gonna be your IPR sensor, but I can get to it. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna try to remove as much as I can from up here, including this pipe right here, and maybe this pipe right here, and some cables. I'm gonna try to pull them onto the side so I don't have to unplug them. But some of the lines, like this oil line right here that goes straight to the injectors, I'm gonna have to unplug it and just move it on the side so I can take the IPR valve out and put the new one in, put it all back together, crank it again. If that doesn't do it, I'm gonna have to check the oil reservoir, and I'm gonna change the oil on the bus. And if that's not it, then it could be an electrical stuff, because right here, back here in the IPR, if yesterday I pulled the cable out and the seal for it was really, I'll just show you when I get to it. Move this thing, you have to really get this loose, and then spray some WD-40 all around this so it can be easier for you to take it out. But I only have two hands, so I'll let you know whenever I get it out and keep recording this video. Okay, so this was getting a little tough to get out, but after that I'll spray it a little bit more WD-40 and I get it out. So now I have to unplug this side right here so I can clear this space up. Just pull it off to the side, and it's time to remove this one right here. This is gonna be a little trickier. Alright, got both pipes taken out from here and here. Now it's a clearer view in there. All I need to do is unplug this one right here that goes to the pump, and just move it back a little bit, and then keep going from there, just removing it and making my way over to the IPR sensor right there. Right here. and it just started gushing out transmission fluid, so, and pouring everything. So I'm gonna still take it out, drain it out, and clean all that out so I can keep going. Alright, took it out. It's right here. It was plugged in right there, and I don't know if you can see the red stuff. It's also in here just in case you want to take a look at it. You were curious what it looked like. Well, that's what it is. It's transmission fluid. And now let me show you what I did right here. The transmission fluid kept leaking out from here, and I just put a glove in there just for it to work for right now. And yeah, we're going even deeper now. That line is out. This one was right here. Also, when you do this, try to take pictures as reference just in case you forget where the stuff was. That's what I'm doing with these videos, and also trying to teach y'all. Now I want to unplug the sensors. Let's go ahead and unplug the sensors now. Just please remember where they were. And I'm gonna unplug the ICP from here. Now we have our wires all on this side, and we can keep working our way down there. And yeah, this one I don't want to pull it completely out, but it's kind of like going this way, and it's like kind of on the way, so I'm gonna try to make this loose right here and try to move it out of my way so I can get deep in there. Made this a little loose. As you can see, it keeps going back there, but obviously you have to keep in mind that you don't want to block the ICP sensor right there, so just pull it off to the other side if this thing is on top of your ICP. Now let's keep going down. We're almost there. The ICP is right here, right where this cable is, right there. I'm sorry, not the ICP, the IPR is down here, and I can see a lot of oil. It could be from the leak right here, but I don't know. We're gonna check it out. So everything's out of my way except for this one, but it's not a big deal. I'm just gonna get a deep socket right there. I'm gonna have to get it at AutoZone, and in there I try to get as much as debris as I can, but I really couldn't fit my hand in there, so it's not very clean as you can see. And I also found a sensor, or I don't know what this is. If you guys know what this is, just let me know in the comments. But it was just floating there with all that transmission fluid, and it seems broken, and it's obviously super dirty in there, and I don't know where it goes to. Maybe it's been there for years and it's been there, I don't know. But let me know in the comments if you know what this goes to. It would be really good to know, just in case I have to get another one, something like that. Here it is. In the IPR connector, there's a lot of oil, and if you really see in there, you can see it's not very well plugged in. The cable doesn't come out or anything, like if I pull it or anything, but I don't know, I think they're touching together, and that might be causing it not to start, but we'll see. So I'm gonna swap this out and tell you what happened right there. So there's the IPR. First thing I gotta do is get in there and remove this tip that's out here. I think it's an inch, half-inch wrench that I need to use for that, but we'll see. I'm gonna use a crescent wrench just because I don't know, but I don't think I can get this on video. I only have one hand available. Got the ratchet now. Let's see. Here comes the top part. Remove that little ring. that. Just put it somewhere it's safe. And now I want to pull this out. This is the actual sensor. Just the solenoid. Just pull it out. Get it out of there. There we go. There we go. We'll clean it up and see if there's something wrong with it in a little bit. But now we're gonna get this bad boy. Get it in there somehow. Alright, so here it is side by side. I just took the old one out. All you have to do is, again, you're gonna unscrew this top piece out right there, and then this one comes out, and then this one comes out. This is the solenoid, the electronic part of the thing, and then this is the valve, the IPR, and this all put together. This is the brand new one. We're gonna take it apart, screw this one back in, then the solenoid, and then that, and try to do our best here because we don't want any leaks right there. That would not be nice. So let's get it. Alright, so it's a really tight place to work on, but here's the right side. We're gonna put a piece of blue tape right here around it. Alright, I'm gonna scoot it over a little back so I can cut right here. About right here. Click. You see that? The seal on this one is completely gone. This one, heck yeah. Let's swap it out. So the first thing I'm gonna have to do is peel the end of these cables, and then make this a little shorter. I don't need that much cable, and peel it too, and put it back, put it together, solder it, and put that shrinking plastic, and we're good to go. We'll try it out. Connect this to the IPR, put everything back together, and try to see if it starts. Let's get it together. You have to do obviously your pull test, and then I just wanted to remind you that before you do this, you have to put your plastic in. By the way, the plastics I'm using are this heat shrink tubing, specifically made for doing this type of job, and it has all different sizes, and it's cheap. It's on Amazon, and I'll link it in the description as well. Alright, connector has been taken care of. Now this is bulletproof right there. I'm gonna go unplug it and put everything back together, and hopefully the bus will start. Alrighty, so we just took this old camshaft position sensor out. We're about to replace it with the new one. If you want to know where it is, it's all the way. Oh, it's so hard. I can't. Well, somewhere along right there. And it's really hard to get to. You're gonna use the cheater pipe right here to use more leverage because it was so hard to unscrew. And then we finally got it out. We're about to replace it and then connect the battery back in, test it out, see if it starts. But we'll see. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, first try. Didn't make any mess or anything. Look how all that's pouring out. It's all black. Disgusting. Okay, let's give it a sec. Take that oil filter out. Let's do it. Alright, got it out. Now if you weren't wondering what it looks like without the oil filter, it's right there. I'm just letting it drain out for a little bit into this container right here. Yeah, that's the old filter. And once it stops, I wanna put the new one in and refill the oil tank. Another thing that you have to check for, and I didn't record this part, so I figure I'll just explain to you. This right there, that blue stuff is the oil reservoir, and sometimes when you leave the bus sitting for a long time, that will just like the oil will not be there anymore, so it won't it'll be harder for the oil to get into the injectors, and the injectors work with high oil pressure. So if there's no oil in the reservoir, you're gonna have to take this out right here. Just unscrew this one, take it out, and you'll be able to see if there's any liquid in there with a flashlight. And if there is no liquid in there, you're gonna have to use like a funnel or something, fill it back up, and put this back right here. Make sure you make it tight, and then try cracking it again. If it still doesn't do, head on to the self-diagnosis manual that I'm gonna link down in the description below. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be happy to help you out. Also, the battery was not fully charged, so we bought a battery charger. It has 3 different options. It has charge and maintain, and a little boost just in case your battery is so low and you need to get going. And the last one is for engine start, which gives you 85 amps extra, so you can go ahead and crank your engine if you need to. One last thing I do want to let you know is that we ended up getting another battery, as you can see, and you have to connect them parallel, because if you don't do that, you'll get too much voltage and you'll probably burn something out. So what parallel means is you connect the positive to the positive, the negative to the negative, and that way you still have 12 volts with more amperage, and that's it. If you do get a second battery, that'll help you out a lot, because you'll be able to crank way more times and do more tests and all this other stuff, and it's just better overall. I don't know why that guy sold it to us with just one battery. It's just a diesel needs more power than that. Now, I am not by any means an expert with mechanics or anything like that. This is just stuff that I've figured out myself by using the manual, and also doing my own research. I also was watching a lot of YouTube videos in regards to this, which I'll link those YouTube videos that helped me out a lot. I'll link them down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. That was it for today. I really hope this video was useful to you. If it was, please let me know down in the comments. That will help us out a lot, knowing that we're helping someone out. And happy holidays. See you guys next time. Finally got the bus started. Amber has absolutely no idea. I want to take this baby home and wait for her to come back home. Try to get her reaction on camera. So let's go.